Okay, we're back. Casino Guitars, thanks for joining us. It's been an interesting week. I'm just so happy. It's been a few days. We're recovering.
That's right.
Long story. Watch the news. You'll know what we're talking about. We want to talk about the top 10 things.
That's right.
The top 10 silly things.
Silly things, baby.
We are asked at a guitar shop. And you might be one of the people that ask these things, and it's not meant to be mean at all. It's meant to be fun. We're having silly things. I've asked the same things.
That's right. I asked the same things when we first started coming here, actually. This was my first guitar store, so it was great to
Before
come in.
you were part of the same
Yep, before I worked
team.
here. Yeah, it was my first, like, whoa.
God, so click like, subscribe.
And hit the bell. Yeah, hit the bell. You thought I wasn't going to... I got it. Look at that.
Like he's not going to have it.
I'm learning.
He's going to miss it. Okay, let's get right into it.
Yes.
Number 1, what's your most expensive guitar? We are asked this probably throughout the day, and this is the one a lot of people asked it.
Yes.
We usually know as soon as you ask that, you're not a real customer.
You're not a real customer, or... In my mind, I think you're automatically a thief. I don't know why. It's probably messed up, but I'm just
Sanford
like...
upbringing there.
I'm like, whoa.
He's trying to case the joint.
What are you doing, you know?
No,
Like,
it's just kind of it's a funny question we get asked a lot. It's and not a lot. It's like once or twice or 3 times a week maybe, and it's usually from
9 times out of 10, I take him to a baby tailor. I'm like, this is it.
or I show them something absurd usually too.
Yeah,
this
fun.
this is the one. There's no price tag on it. Well, this is a special one that was
It's
signed by the original baby Taylor, like when Bob Taylor had his first baby.
The baby signed 100
that's where that
guitars.
Number 2, you got this one.
Number 2, oh no, my eyes. Do you have keyboards? Do you have drums? Do you have organs? Do you have
Didgeridoos.
Didgeridoos?
Well, then this is the common mistake, because I'll give Guitar Center has sort of messed us all up because they carry everything under the
They
sun.
do.
We just carry guitars.
Just guitars.
We have some ukes and stuff, but that's just a little baby guitar anyway. Don't
Yeah.
get insulted, you uke players.
Yes, but we do catch that one a lot.
We really do. We do, and it's not really that silly. These are the first 2 are just kind of like a little more educative.
Yeah,
That's a real word, right?
sometimes in some cultures.
Number 3, I get asked this a lot. Are you natty? Just because of my physique, people just want to know if I'm juicing up with steroids a lot. So,
What?
like the guys at the shop ask us. I just want to be like Jesse Swole.
Why be like Jesse Swole?
I want to be big and huge one
You're
day.
kind of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You know.
I mean that could spawn a whole other series of questions because that doesn't seem natural either. But I haven't seen Black Adam yet. Not many people have, but he doesn't look natural in those pictures. Maybe it's CGI'd. I don't know if that's humanly possible.
He is a god of a man, though. That's all. That's
He
all
is a
people
god. I
need
do
to
love
know.
me some Dwayne
He's a god
Johnson.
of a man.
He's
looked the same for 40 years.
He looks better.
He does look better with time.
Number 4, this is my favorite one.
Number
so you
4,
go.
can you rebuild my hurdy-gurdy? I have been asked this before, actually.
So we do have guitar luthiership and repairs here, but and we've repaired all sorts of weird things, but sometimes it just goes. People are bringing these antique instruments that we've never seen, and
My hargid-argin.
it's usually Norwegian and Icelandic sort of instruments, which I'm a big fan of, but we don't know how to fix them sometimes.
Yeah, they're a little silly. It's a little crazy. Primarily guitars, basses, maybe a ukulele here or there, but not hurdy-gurdies.
Nope.
Not violins. Sorry.
Nope.
I wish,
Violins, you can't really. We don't want to do those. We can fix them and we can tune them, but.
Yeah, we can't really,
Number
the headstock broke.
Well, my favorite was one of my friends. They had a harp that they had to repair because the dog had chewed the entire base of it off, so they had to rebuild.
You could fix that though, yeah.
That's more like a carpentry thing.
Yeah, but you're a great carpenter.
No, I'm not.
As long as
Number 5, this is a silly one. I'm asked this every once in a while. Play me your fastest riff. Then I immediately proceed to play Stairway to Heaven. Just the intro.
really slow too.
I do it reggae style.
Yeah,
I channel my Bob Marley.
that's right.
No, but that's just sort of a silly question. It's like, yeah, like how fast can you go? And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not here to do that necessarily. I mean, like it's not like it's an insulting thing. It's just a funny thing. We just think it's sort of a silly question.
Yeah, show me your moves.
What's your best pickup line?
That's right.
Which is funny when you get a good one.
It is a good one, yeah. I mean, well,
I saw a good one the other day. This guy was like, he goes, hey, the guy over there thinks you're cute and wants to buy you a drink. And then she goes, where? And he runs over to the corner and he's standing against the corner leaning. And it totally works. She's like, that's funny. Okay.
That's great, dude.
It worked really well. So take that
good.
line and use it.
Use it all the time.
Use it on your wife, your husband, or the person you're trying to court, or just hang out with for the evening.
There you go, you know.
Number 6.
That's right. Are these guitars made of wood?
Do you have any electric guitars made out of wood?
No, we don't. Sorry.
I'd
That's
say
not
like
the shop.
I'd say 99.5% of the guitars we've had have been made of wood. There's like
Maybe more. We could probably even take it a step further.
I mean, there's that Supro. We've had some of the.
Yeah, but that's just cool.
That is cool. That's like the Rezo glass is what they call it, which means fiberglass, I think.
We've had a couple of mules too, I guess.
Yeah, mules and some Illuminatis. But most people, then they see an electric guitar that's painted, they think a lot of people that aren't guitar players think it is not wood. Yeah. And I respect that thought, because why would you think otherwise?
Yeah, no, I get that. For me, I always saw Sunburst and it made me automatically think, oh, it's wood. But if you've never seen a Sunburst finished guitar, you'd probably think, oh, it's plastic or metal or.
But rest assured,
alloy.
Most of these guitars are made of wood, not rare alloys and adamantium, which would be awesome. I wonder if that's heavy.
I think they could be made of unobtainium.
I can't wait to see that movie. It's going to be so awesome. It's going to be so awesome. Sean, you got to take this one. 7, this is the acoustic electric confusion.
Yes.
The quagmire.
I get this one all the time, surprisingly. It's not like a ton of the time, but we go back here to look at the acoustics and they see Taylor's and he's like, oh, so these are acoustic electrics. I'm like, well, sort of kind of like they think that it's like electric, like, oh, so you could play like Jimi Hendrix.
So they actually don't understand it's like an acoustic preamp and microphone system.
Right,
They think it's like an electric guitar.
Yes, like full on. Like I've had that question a few times where I'm like, no. And I show them what I mean and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's not what I thought. And I'm like, yeah, you're thinking of like a T5Z maybe or something.
I, as the judge advocate, vote that is silly.
I think so too.
That is silly. I'm gonna give that's a silly one.
But it's okay. You know, if you don't know.
These are all silly.
Exactly.
Number 8's kind of fun too. The fanboy questions.
Yes.
And this happens really mostly with acoustic, but also pretty heavily with the electric too. It's always, you know, like, why would anybody ever buy a Martin? Or why would anybody ever buy a Taylor? Yeah, and it's always said Martin fanboy, or Taylor fanboy. Same with, like, you know, oh, why don't you guys carry Gibson? Well, there's multiple reasons to that, but it's also, but it's like, well, they're a Gibson fanboy, and I'm a Gibson fanboy too. Yeah. But they don't like Fenders or something.
Yeah.
Or they don't like, or like if you're a PRS person, you hate everyone else usually.
Yeah.
Is what I found that a lot. She's like, oh, these play so much better. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but some of us like to have to struggle. That's why we got married. You know, it's truth.
Just the magic, you know.
So all the fanboy questions are kind of, because we know what you want us to say.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll play along, but sometimes we'll just have a little fun too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we love all guitars at the end of the day. I personally do.
My still favorite was when we were with the Merle Fest and the Martin fanboy walks by and his friend said, you should play one.
I would never.
And that was it. We all laughed and thought it was great because he was very firm.
It's wonderful.
Number 9.
Why is X so expensive?
We get this question all the time too. Like, why is this guitar more expensive than said guitar over here? And I just explain my good analogy to you.
That's right.
I first use the car analogy. Like, you know, you're getting like, let's say you're getting like a basic starter Chevy, or you're getting a Bugatti. Yeah. It's a different thing. I like to use the tent analogy. It's my new one.
I love this one. When you said this, brilliant.
because a tent supplies safety and housing and roofs. A mansion also does. There's a wide gap between the two.
Lots of different shapes.
Who built the tent? Me. And then who built said mansion that I will not live in ever? Someone that I can't afford. But there's a gap and a depth, and there's handcraftedness. And we don't ever explain it that way, but I'm going to do that. That's just sort of how I do it in my mind sometimes.
Well, this would work great if you were having trouble at home explaining why you have, like me, 7 Stratocasters. It's like, well, because they do different things and they're different, you know, degrees, and you know, so you need a winter home,
really
you need a summer home, you need a beach house, you need a mountain house, you need a.
You do need all those things.
And then, you know.
And whoever has the most toys wins.
Exactly.
At the end, that's the game.
Who are we fighting against? I don't know, but we're coming for you.
And we're at the number 10. This is the one we get a lot. Do you guys live here? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
We do actually live here, because during the recent power outages we had, we pretty much, like Sean and I were here a lot.
We did, yeah.
Just huddled up. We got Jason, our dear friend, brought us a generator, so we got a little bit of power.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah,
Yes.
We love him. So we got a little power. Like, we really love him.
Yeah,
like
no,
super love
seriously.
him. Smoldering.
He'll
eyes.
watch this and he'll get to this part of the video
Ugh.
and he'll smile.
He won't. I hope he doesn't smile. I hope he turns it off and runs for the hills. But no, we had we had a little space heater and we had some power to power our devices. But we didn't have phones. We didn't have lights. We didn't have any real heat. We were just like cuddling around the heater while
We did have sausages though.
we had sausages from Capital Club 16.
Yes.
Sent us sausages, and it's a restaurant in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you have a chance, go there. It's one of the best restaurants in the entire state. Won Best of Raleigh like multiple years in a row.
That's right. Thank you, Jake and Shannon.
Jake and Shannon, you guys are the best, and Larry for bringing us the stuff too.
Thank you
it was
too,
pretty
Larry.
awesome.
He was a fun guy. He was fun.
Larry's cool. You never met Larry?
I didn't. I met him.
Tennis aficionado of the U.S. Larry Wolf. If you're a tennis person, you should know who that is. Maybe.
That's a good name.
Larry freaking Wolf. And his son was the bass player for Valiant Thor.
Really?
Yes, that's how this all connects, right?
That's insane.
His name's Night Wolf. But that's it. We got to go. Thanks again. Share your ideas with us.
That's right.
We're glad to be back. Click like and subscribe.
That's right. Hit the bell as well, and leave us in the comments what the silliest things were to you. There you
Yeah, make some new ones up.
go. Later.